Hello everyone, here's your weather hazard briefing for Monday, September 9th. It's going to be dry and breezy ahead of our storm that's coming in for the middle of the week. We may see both this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon a small window, a brief window where we hit critical fire weather conditions in some spots. It's not going to be widespread, it's not going to be very long, and it's going to be where we just kind of marginally hit that thresholds for wind and afternoon humidity. Now, by tomorrow afternoon, south of the Snake Plain, we will see showers and a few thunderstorms developing, and that gradually spreads north and west tomorrow night. Our best chance of precipitation still is Wednesday through early Friday, and we'll continue to advertise. Yes, some folks will see some decent precipitation. For the fire weather folks, I know a lot of folks now that it's September want to see the fire season start to wind down or are looking forward to that. We are going to see it slowing down, but certainly not ending with this particular storm system coming through. Satellite shows are low from yesterday, lifting up into portions of Montana and southern Canada. We've had a few overnight thunderstorms moving out of Limhi County into southwest Montana as well. Our weather risk outlook matrix, we do introduce a few more showers and storms across the area tomorrow, and then widespread showers and occasional thunderstorms, at least a more widespread chance. Not everybody is going to see moisture at the same time, or may not even see moisture, the same amount of moisture Wednesday into Thursday and early Friday across the area. So taking a look at how things are going to go through today, we still might see a few early morning showers up around Island Park, at least through the first part of the morning. Those should quickly end or shift to the east. Maybe a few showers down south. More than likely, the models are just kind of overtaking any afternoon clouds developing and trying to make it look like a shower or act like a shower. Might be a little bit of Virgo with that, but nothing in terms of precipitation. We're not expecting thunderstorms today. As we go into tonight and tomorrow, a little bit of that moisture sticks around, but as we get to tomorrow afternoon, you'll notice most of the activity developing down south of Twin, the South Hills, the Albion Mountains, up through the Southeast Highlands, up towards Driggs and Jackson. We might see a couple of stray showers up around Salmon, generally up towards Lost Trail Pass, and certainly into southwest Montana by tomorrow afternoon and into the early evening. Any thunderstorm threat really should be south of the Snake Plain. We're not expecting really any place else and have enough instability or enough moisture and enough of a punch to get some afternoon lightning strikes with this particular first round. The smoke continues to be an issue. Many of the fires just to our west cranked out a lot of smoke and really took off yesterday, so there's a lot of smoke in the air. That smoke does drift over us later today, and then as we go in the afternoon, those same fires will start ramping up and cranking out a lot more smoke over the area, and that will continue into tomorrow. And certainly as we go in through the day tomorrow, it's a little bit drier. We have a little more wind tomorrow versus today, but again, those fires will be cranking out a lot of smoke, and that smoke will continue to be an issue for air quality. And in some cases, it might be thick enough that it kind of keeps the weather at bay through this period before we get our low moving into our area. So the rest of the forecast today, we'll be generally looking at those temperatures running, in the 80s to near 90 degrees, warmer as you head towards the Treasure Valley. Afternoon humidities in the teens, and some places down closer to 10%. Here are those wind gusts today up across portions of the Central Mountains. We might see a brief window late this afternoon in the evening. Some of those ridgetop gusts over 30 miles an hour, hitting 20 to 25 down low, and about 25 to 30 over the lava beds up through the INL, Arco, and craters of the Moon area. That's this afternoon and for this evening with what wind we see today. Going into tomorrow, we will continue to see temperatures just a little bit cooler across the area, a little bit drier, except for that moisture where it moves into the southeast corner of our area. Those wind gusts tomorrow afternoon, a little bit stronger up across the Central Mountains. Some of those gusts 25 to 35 miles an hour, especially up at Ridgetop. Late afternoon, evening, some gusts 25 to 30 again over the lava beds up through the Arco Desert area, craters of the Moon, even maybe up towards Mud Lake in Du Bois tomorrow afternoon and evening. With the moisture coming through tomorrow into tomorrow night, not much in the way of precipitation, just a few hundredths. Any real chance of seeing more than a tenth an inch will be across the southeast corner. Again, that chance is 10 to 20%. We'll skip ahead to Thursday just to kind of give you an idea. Reminder, under the center of the low, it's going to be a cold day, relatively speaking. 50s to low 60s in the valleys, 30s and 40s up in the high country for Thursday. And looking at that storm system, continuing to think that the farther north you go, the better chance of seeing some decent rainfall. Now, the trend has been to actually take the low a little bit quicker and a little bit farther to the north. So the heavier amounts of precipitation we've been noticing in the probability forecast the past couple of days, those have really backed off. But still, if you're looking at the threshold for a quarter of an inch or more, and that's over a 3-day period, we're looking at 80+% up across along the Montana border up to portions of Limhi County. But you get back down towards Blackfoot, Haley, Pocatello, the probability is around 30 to 50% that it extends back into the Magic Valley and also down towards the South Hills and Albion Mountains. That's for a quarter of an inch. Looking at a half an inch, you can really start to see those amounts starting to taper off. Still up along the Montana border, we're still hitting about 50, 60%, maybe 70% in a few spots. But once you get back down farther to the south and to the west, and you see the gradients a lot tighter with these higher amounts, we're only still looking at 10 to 20, 25%. Places like Pocatello, Haley, Blackfoot, Twin Falls, Burley, down into the South Hills and Albion Mountains. And the telltale story with the shift to the north, these probabilities about 24 hours ago, looking at an inch or more, were well above 50%. We're looking at maybe 50% up along the Montana border, maybe into the eastern highlands, also into around the Frank Church. Some of those probabilities hitting 30 to 50%, but they really back off elsewhere across the area. Precipitation amounts with this storm, we're going to continue to watch because it's really going to be dependent on the track where we'll see some of these higher rainfall totals. And with it being cooler, a little bit of light snow up on those really high peaks and ridges that's going to be there. So just remember that if you're heading out later on this week. Have a great Monday and stay safe out there, everyone.